Most people think real estate investing means tenants, repairs, and midnight phone calls. But some of the most consistent real estate strategies don't involve owning property at all, at least not at first. Every year, millions of dollars in property taxes go unpaid. And when that happens, counties don't just shrug. They turn those unpaid taxes into investment opportunities. Those opportunities are called tax liens and tax deeds. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how tax liens and tax deeds work, how they differ from state to state, and why many investors use self-directed IRAs to invest in them in a tax-advantaged way. Hi everyone, I'm Bergman, tax attorney and founder of IRA Financial. For more than 16 years, I've helped investors use self-directed retirement accounts to invest in real assets like real estate, private investments, and tax lien strategies. So let's start at the beginning. What are tax liens and tax deeds? When a property owner fails to pay their property taxes, the county still needs to collect that revenue. To do that, counties sell either a tax lien or a tax deed, depending on the state. A tax lien means you, as the investor, pay the property owner's unpaid taxes on behalf of the county. In return, you receive a tax lien certificate. If the property owner later pays their taxes, they repay you your principal plus interest, often at rates set by state law. Whereas a tax deed, on the other hand, involves the sale of the actual property. If the property owner fails to pay their taxes, the county may auction off the property itself, and the investor can acquire ownership of that property either immediately or after a redemption period, depending on the state. Both tax liens and tax deeds are typically offered at public county auctions, either online or in person. So, why do investors like tax liens and tax deeds? Well, there are a few key reasons. First, they're backed by real estate. Whether you're buying a lien or a deed, the investment is tied to a physical property. That's real asset backing is very appealing to investors who want something tangible, especially compared to paper assets. Second, the return potential. Tax lien investing can offer attractive interest rates, often set by state statute. Some states, those rates can be significantly higher than traditional fixed income investments. Tax deed investing can allow investors to acquire property at a discount to market value, creating potential upside through resale or long-term ownership. Third, predictability. Especially with tax liens, tax lien investing is often more structured. You know the interest rate, the redemption period, and the process ahead of time, which makes it appealing for income-oriented investors. Fourth, lower correlation to the stock market. Tax liens and tax deeds are driven by property taxes and local government processes, not daily market volatility. That makes them attractive as a diversification tool. So now that you understand what tax liens and tax deeds are, let's talk about how tax sales actually work, because this is where state law makes a big difference. There are three broad categories. First, tax lien states. In tax lien states, the government sells the tax debt, not the property. Investors purchase a tax lien certificate and earn interest while the property owner has time to redeem the lien. If the owner fails to pay within the redemption period, the investor may eventually have the right to foreclose and potentially acquire the property. But it's important to understand, you do not automatically own the property when you buy a tax lien. Second, tax deed states. In tax deed states, the government sells the actual property deed at auction. The investor typically acquires ownership either immediately or after any state-mandated redemption period. Tax deed investing is more hands-on and often more capital-intensive, since you may be responsible for the property after purchase. Third, hybrid or redeemable deed states. Some states combine elements of both systems, offering redeemable deeds or multiple stages of the tax sale process. Roughly speaking, the United States is split almost down the middle when it comes to how states handle unpaid property taxes. About half the states primarily operate as tax lien states, and the other half operate as tax deed states or hybrid systems. Although it's important to understand that county level rules can still vary within the same state. In tax lien states, the government sells the unpaid tax debt, not the property itself. Investors purchase tax lien certificates and earn interest, while the property owner has an opportunity to repay the taxes. Other states operate mixed or hybrid systems, where some counties sell liens, some sell deeds, or where liens can later convert into deeds if they aren't redeemed. Then there are tax deed or redeemable deed states, where the government sells the actual property at auction when taxes go unpaid. But here's the key takeaway. There's no national standard for tax lien or tax deed investing. Every state, and often every county, has its own rules around auctions, interest rates, redemption periods, bidding procedures, and investor rights. That's why understanding where you're investing is just as important as understanding what you're investing in. Let's make this more concrete by looking at a few well-known states and how their tax sales system actually work. Arizona is a classic tax lien state. Counties sell tax lien certificates and investors earn interest while the owner has some time to redeem. Interest rates are often bid down competitively at auction, which means returns depend heavily on investor demand and due diligence. Illinois has historically been known for very high statutory interest rates on tax liens, which has made it very popular with income-focused investors. That said, high competition and strict procedural rules mean investors need to be precise and patient. Florida is one of the most talked about states because it operates both systems. Investors can purchase tax lien certificates, and if those liens are not redeemed, they may later apply for a tax deed. That two-step process, interest income first, potential property acquisition later, is why Florida attracts so much investor attention. Texas operates under a redeemable tax deed system. Investors typically acquire the property at auction, but the former owner has a statutory redemption period during which they can reclaim the property by paying the investor back with a penalty. Finally, states like California, Georgia, Pennsylvania, and North Carolina primarily operate tax deed auctions, where ownership is transferred through the tax sale process. These states tend to appeal more to investors who are comfortable owning and managing property, rather than simply earning interest. The important point is this: different states attract different types of investors. Some states favor income-oriented lien strategies. Others favor property acquisition and appreciation strategies. And your choice of state should align with your risk tolerance, time horizon, and whether you're investing personally or through a self-directed IRA. Understanding how tax lien and tax deed systems differ isn't just academic. It directly shapes your investment strategy and your risk profile. Tax lien investing is generally structured and rule-driven. Returns are typically fixed or set by statute, which makes liens more passive and often better suited for income-oriented investors who value predictability. Tax deed investing is closer to traditional real estate investing. It offers potentially significant upside, but it also comes with more responsibility, including insurance, property taxes, possible repairs, and resale or management decisions. Liquidity is another major consideration. With tax liens, capital may be returned quickly if the owner redeems, or it may remain tied up for the full redemption period. With tax deeds, capital is often committed for longer periods, especially if you take ownership and need time to stabilize or sell the property. Redemption timelines also vary widely from a few months to several years, which directly impacts cash flow planning and portfolio construction. Your choice between liens and deeds should match your income needs, your risk tolerance, and your time horizon, not just headline return numbers. Now let's connect this strategy to self-directed IRAs. When tax liens or tax deeds are held inside a self-directed IRA, all interest income and gains stay within the retirement account. There are no current taxes on lien interest or property gains inside the IRA. Growth is tax deferred in a traditional IRA and potentially tax free in a Roth IRA. This matters because tax liens and tax deeds can produce returns that are materially higher than traditional fixed income investments. And shielding those returns from annual taxation can significantly improve long-term outcomes. A self-directed IRA also allows you to hold these assets alongside stocks or other alternatives, creating diversification without stepping outside of a retirement account structure. Choosing between a traditional and a Roth self-directed IRA is a strategic decision. With a traditional self-directed IRA, lien interest and gains grow tax-deferred, with taxes paid later at distribution. This can be a strong fit for consistent lien income strategies. But with a Roth self-directed IRA, qualified interest and property gains are completely tax-free. This structure is especially powerful for tax deed investments that become long-term holds or property sold at a substantial profit. A Roth IRA allows compounding without the IRS as a partner. And I have a video going more in depth on the differences between traditional and Roth IRAs. I have that linked in the cards. We're also seeing several notable trends in the space. Rising property taxes have increased the volume of lien opportunities in many counties. Investors looking for income outside of traditional bonds are paying closer attention to tax lien strategies. Competition has increased in certain markets, which makes disciplined underwriting and due diligence more important than ever. And while institutional capital has entered some larger counties, there are still strong opportunities for educated, patient, self-directed IRA investors. Before investing, there are critical self-directed IRA rules to follow. The IRA must be the purchaser at the auction, not you personally. You cannot use personal funds for repairs, maintenance, or property taxes. All the expenses must be paid directly from the IRA. All income flows back into your IRA. You also need to watch for redemption periods, environmental issues, title concerns, and property access restrictions. And it's very important to maintain sufficient liquidity in the IRA to cover ongoing costs if you acquire a property. If you want a deeper dive on prohibited transactions, we have a dedicated video that goes into this in detail. Tax liens and tax deeds offer a unique way to invest in real estate-backed assets with attractive return potential. When structured correctly, self-directed IRAs allow you to capture those returns in a tax-advantaged way. But success comes down to education, due diligence, and following the rules. If you want to continue learning, I recommend watching our next video on common self-directed IRA mistakes and prohibited transactions, because avoiding errors is just as important as finding good investments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.